Hello everybody and welcome to week 4. Today I am going to summarize a very short but clear and concise article regarding Bloom's taxonomy. So some of my objectives, by the end of the presentation you should have a clear understanding of Bloom's taxonomy and how each cognitive skill can guide creation of medical education objectives, as well as appropriate assessment of those objectives. Now, Bloom's original taxonomy in 1956 covered 6 skills in the cognitive domain. Though originally not a focus, revisions of this taxonomy emphasize the hierarchical nature of the taxonomy, with the complexity of the skills increasing as you move up the pyramid. Now, when using a taxonomy like this, the goal is to develop objectives that cover each skill in the hierarchy to ensure that you have a proper depth of learning within your curriculum. So I'm going to go through Bloom's hierarchy and give you some brief definitions of what each cognitive skill is. And then I found an article that looked at evidence-based medicine curriculums across U.S. and Canadian medical schools. And so these are some concrete examples of each skill and what kind of objective might be developed from them. So of course knowledge is the lowest level cognitive skill, and it involves essentially the rote memorization of facts. So an example from the EBM curricula would be define evidence-based medicine in one's own words. As you move up the pyramid, the cognitive skills get more complicated and the objectives should reflect that. And you can see as you move up the pyramid, not only does the complexity increase, each skill builds on the one below it. So you begin to enter into the realm of what would be considered critical thinking, and you should then be able to ask relevant questions about the knowledge that you've obtained when you start to notice gaps in that knowledge. And of course, finally we have evaluation, which is being able to critically appraise not only what others do, but your own work as well. So as alluded to, Bloom's taxonomy has been revised over the years, most notably by Anderson in 2001. In this iteration, we notice that synthesis and evaluation have been switched in their position in the hierarchy. The nomenclature has changed from one that's based on nouns to one that's based on verbs. And knowledge is further categorized into 4 distinct types. Now, Bloom's taxonomy focuses on the cognitive domain, but there are other domains with their associated taxonomies in the literature. Some of these include the affective domain and the psychomotor domain. And these taxonomies are used to develop important skills and objectives that, for example, can help create empathy or specific procedural skills, which are essential to the education of medical professionals, so that affective and psychomotor domains are just as important as cognitive. Using taxonomies in medical education can help guide development of measurable objectives that span the cognitive skill levels, and then also help guide the appropriate assessment. Unfortunately, studies have shown that many medical programs focus too much on the lower level skills of knowledge and understanding. So in conclusion, Bloom's taxonomy groups 6 cognitive skills in a hierarchy, with the complexity of each skill building on the ones below. There are not just the cognitive domain taxonomies, but multiple taxonomies that cover the skills for various other domains, and all of these taxonomies can help guide objective creation and assessment in medical education. Again, I hope that this has helped you in your understanding of this concept, and I look forward to your feedback.